Hi Strangelings, and welcome back to another video. If you watched my last video, it was about my pop figure collection, and I bitched in that one about not having Sora. So, a quick update. I received a Sora pop figure. It is the Halloween Town Sora. I'm not super happy with the way that his eyes look in it, but I'm really excited that I can have him to add to my collection. Eventually these will go back on the bookshelf, but I wanted to start out talking about how excited I am for that. So I decided to do my top 10 anime crushes tag. The rules I stuck to in this one was to do one per anime / manga, and also to make sure that they were indeed from anime. Avatar and Korra are technically like American based, so they're not in the anime category because they're in the style of Japanese cartoons, but it's not originated from Japan. So I had to do a little bit of research to look up what was considered and what wasn't. I have a couple honorable mentions before I start out because they were either from the same anime as another character that had beat them out on the list, or I wasn't quite sure because they're kind of a crush of mine, but also it's hard to explain. So the two honorable mentions I have, one is Zero from Vampire Knight. I love Vampire Knight. It's one of my favorite mangas. I have not kept up with it recently. I was upset with what they decided to do with it. Like, I kind of knew what was going to happen, but anyway. Zero is one of those characters that you feel for while you're reading it, so he was an honorable mention on this one. It wasn't necessarily like a crush, more so just like my heart goes out to him. And then my second honorable mention is Kiba from Naruto. I do love Kiba. Another Naruto character has beat him out on my list, but he's definitely one of those characters that is on my backlist of like cross plays I would still really enjoy doing. And his fiery attitude with Akamaru, I really like him. So let's get right into this one. Number 10, I should say, not the first one, is Sven from Black Cat. Black Cat I only read, I believe it was in Shonen Jump is where it was. It was either in Shonen Jump or Shoujo Beat. I can't remember if that's the second one. But I only read a couple chapters of it, and I have tons and tons of drawings in my old notebook of Sven. His eye patch, he's just kind of dark and mysterious, smoking cigarettes in the background, and for a 13-year-old, that's like pretty dangerous. So he made it for top 10. Number 9 is Gray from Fairy Tail. I have not finished all of Fairy Tail. I have not read a lot of Fairy Tail, but I really like Gray's character. I like learning about his background early on, and the fact that he's shirtless is, it's a nice bonus. Number 8 is Zack Fair from Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. I was introduced to Zack when I watched Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, the movie. That was like my first introduction to all things Final Fantasy. The fact that he was like the first to have like the Buster Sword, I can't say words. He's a soldier. I have a wall that says I love a man in uniform, so that counts. His long black hair, I don't know. He was pretty cute in my books. I wanted him to be in there more, but I really like him in Aerith. I really would like to cosplay her as well. Number 7 is Sebastian from Black Butler. I love Black Butler. I love the dark and humor that they have together in it, especially within his character. When they're in the house and he just needs to kind of like pick up for everybody else, and just the way that he's just like about everything. I love him. I'm going to say that about all of them. Like, I love all of them. Number 6 is Reno from Final Fantasy VII. Technically 2 different ones. Zack I'm using from Crisis Core, and then Reno is from Final Fantasy VII, or just Final Fantasy in general. I've crossplayed Reno a couple times. I love watching Final Fantasy VII Advent Children with him in it because he's kind of like, he's the humor with everything. The way that they did his facial expressions, that he has kind of like that cute feminine face, but he's still like, he acts all tough. I don't know. I really like his character. Number 5 is Bastion from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I have been rewatching the original Yu-Gi-Oh! As well as Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Actually, GX is what I got into before I got into the original series. And I don't know, it's probably the accent in all honesty, but I love that he's kind of like the smarty pants of the group. He's like Captain Obvious for everything. He's blunt. He'll say those things that it's just kind of like, okay, thanks, way to not have any like faith in him or whatever. But he's like, it's not that I don't, I'm pointing it out to you. And he looks really good in yellow, and I want to see him be a blue, a Slifer, not a Slifer red. Oh my god, Slifer red, raw yellow. What is blue? Obelisk. Oh my god, good lord. It's been a long day. Much better. Sebastian. Number 4 is Haru from Fruits Basket. I like that he has the dual personality. I love how soft he is and how much he cares for Yuki, even though sometimes it's kind of weird. He's just a funny character. And he also kind of, again, has that like kind of bad boy vibe about him that I really like. I'd like to cosplay him as well. Number 3, now I have been yelled at for getting his name wrong before because I thought his name was Zolo, but I was told it's Zoro from One Piece, the swordsman with the green hair. I literally never really watched it that often. I watched it occasionally, but I saw more, it was more like cosplays of him that people did very, very well, that made me really like the character. And I know it's bad because he's like number 3 on the list, but I don't know that much about him. But it's more like a visual aesthetics thing, I guess, because he's a pirate, bad boy attitude. The earrings, the swords, his skill with them, like anyone that has like a specific skill in something is just, it's an attractive quality to have. Don't shame me for this. Number 2 is Greed from Fullmetal Alchemist. Greed is my favorite of all the homunculi aside from Lust, and I'm sure it's the same for a lot of other people. I don't know what it is about Greed's attitude. I think that he is what he is. He doesn't hide anything about him. I mean, technically, yeah, he's Greed. He wants all the money, power, women in the world. He admits to it. Yeah, he can be like a shady character, but like what you get is what you get with him. Like, end of story. And I'm really mad because the first DVD I got for Fullmetal Alchemist is the one that like Ed kills him in or whatever. And I was mad because I was like, this is the end. He's my favorite character. Why would you do this to me? So I was really pissed about that. But I really liked Greed's character a lot. And he's one of the first like characters that really got me into drawing anime, because my sister was the one that was really good at it. So he's up on my DeviantArt from like forever ago. And then my number 1. Anyone that knows me knows that this character is my number 1 anime crush. And as mentioned previously, somebody from Naruto has beat out Kiba. And at spot number 1, I'm pretty sure he beat out Kiba. And that is Kakashi Hatake. So everybody kind of has the secret crush on the sad tragic character that is Kakashi Sensei. With the mystery of him, your introduction to him being just, late or like not caring or really into his book, and he grows so much, like so quickly on you with how much he cares about teamwork, with why that is, his whole backstory, as he moves up, the position that he holds because of who he is, what he's shown that he can do. He's just a very powerful character, but he doesn't show off. Like Naruto is very much a show off at the beginning, and he matures into his personality. Sasuke is kind of this dark entity that a lot of people are drawn to. And I have a lot of the bad boys on here, but Kakashi is probably my favorite. It's a mix of like his sense of humor, his sense of duty, a whole bunch of stuff. I really love him. I used to have a plushie of him, I think. I don't have one anymore, and I used to have a pillowcase with his face on it. I really would love a pop figure of him to add to my collection that I have. But yeah, Kakashi kind of takes that number 1 spot for me. So if you guys like this video and you want some more tags, please let me know. Like it. If you haven't subscribed and you like what you see and like to see more of it, definitely subscribe so that you can see more of my videos, or check out my channel to see if you actually want to stick around a little bit more. And if you have any kind of difference of opinion for any of these, please comment below and let me know who your top 10 are. I purposely did not put females in this one because obviously Dark Magician Girl would have been like number 1 on my list. I'm not even kidding you on that. Because cards definitely count. But I decided that would be like a separate list. And I also have a top 10 cartoon crushes that will be coming out soon as well. So keep an eye out for those. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.